Mr. Farage, you said to this lady that you wanted to meet with Oscar Freisinger. What do you think of the recent meeting he had with Geert Wilders? Were you aware of that, and what do you think of it? And the project of a coalition they have for uniting, well, parties that will be willing to go out of the European Union, put in place a direct democracy and defend freedom of speech?
Well, you know, I of course defend freedom of speech. I of course think direct democracy is a fantastic idea, because I talked tonight about the political class, how they are all the same, and direct democracy allows us to get round the back of that political class. But I think that when you're forming alliances between different political parties from different European countries, I think you have to be careful, and I think you have to draw some very fine lines and distinctions between what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, because you know, I tried to end tonight by saying to people, we must be positive, we must be outward-looking, we must show we want to be friends with our neighbours and cooperate with our neighbours. And my worry with some of the Eurosceptical elements in Europe is that some of them, it seems to me, are tinged with dislike of other European countries. So I mean, that's not a comment on any individual, but it's a general comment.
And on a particular individual, such as Marine Le Pen, do you have any particular idea?
Well, I've never been a fan of the Front National.
Okay.
I've never liked the Front National particularly.
Why
I've always seen them to be a party that was avowedly racist in their intentions, and it was as if it seemed, you know, when I read reports, it was as if there were two classes of Frenchmen. You know, one was real French and one was black and should have different rights. I didn't like that, and so I've never supported the Front National. What do I think of Marine Le Pen? She may be. I mean, she may be different. She may be different. She is showing, in some of the things that she's said since becoming leader, that she's thinking differently about things. Now, if she is somebody that genuinely wants to modernise, change, reform the Front National, then I think we should give that a cautious welcome. Okay.
And as far as Geert Wilders is concerned, what do you think of the problem he raises about Islam?
Well, he's a controversialist. I mean, perhaps I'm one a bit as well, but he's a controversialist.
But he's threatened to death.
There is one thing that Wilders has said that I don't like, and that is that he says that he defends freedom of speech, but he thinks the Quran should be banned in the Netherlands. I'm sorry, if you believe in free speech, you believe in free speech. So I have a slight problem with that. But overall, you know, is there a problem with Islam? Well, certainly in Amsterdam and cities like that, there is a very real problem. And I think, you know, the broader immigration debate is that if you allow huge flows of people to come into a country with different languages and cultures, they can't possibly assimilate. And so what happens is you get ghettoization and bad feeling between different groups. So I think the question of immigration is a quite legitimate one that needs to be sensibly discussed. I think we need to be doing more to encourage, you know, the moderate majority of Muslims in our countries to stand up and say more. And so yes, it's a perfectly valid debate. But if we go down the route, you know, of saying all Islamic people are bad, well, we would lose the argument and condemn our political movements to history, and the Eurocrats would be the winners.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very good.
Alors, bonsoir Pierre Rougeyron. Vous êtes l'organisateur tu es l'organisateur de cette rencontre avec Nigel. Donc comment ça s'est passé?
J'espère que lui est content. En tout cas, tout le monde avait l'air content. Bon, il a trouvé un public ami.
La salle était comble.
La salle était aux 3/4 pleine.
Il y avait combien, une centaine de personnes?
Comment? Il y avait de 260 à 300 personnes.
Pourquoi ça a été annulé au dernier moment, changé de...
On a préféré jouer la sécurité, que tout le monde soit assis, que tout le monde soit bien.
Mais il n'y a pas eu de menace?
Non.
Et donc on voit sa popularité qui est due à ces vidéos. C'est le rôle d'Internet une fois de plus?
Non, c'est pas uniquement le rôle d'Internet. C'est l'information elle-même qui séduit. Internet, c'est là où on va la trouver. C'est pas Internet qui fait que Monsieur Farage est le seul démocrate d'un continent qui est en train de crever économiquement. C'est pas Internet qui fait, c'est parce que lui est démocrate que les gens ont envie de liberté et que les gens ont plein le dos.
Et ce qui m'a paru intéressant aussi, c'est qu'il y avait des libéraux, des moins libéraux, des souverainistes, des moins souverainistes. On a l'impression que il fait un peu l'unanimité dans le milieu du non. Macron.
C'est ça l'incarnation. C'est ça l'incarnation. Le peuple français a été trahi. On a réécrit un référendum. Juridiquement, ça c'est le juriste qui parle, c'est de la haute trahison. Ça. Donc un homme qui donne une parole à un peuple, tout le monde se lève, enfin tous les gens censés se lèvent. Tous ceux qui ne sont ni idéologues ou qui n'en croquent pas se lèvent. Donc, comme nous avons parlé corruption, c'est à l'œuvre.
Donc il y a des personnalités comme Oscar Freisinger, Nigel Farage et d'autres qui émergent maintenant et qui apparemment il veut le rencontrer, donc c'est en train de se faire.
C'est ce qu'on appelle à tort le populisme. Les journaleux ne savent pas ce que c'est le populisme. C'est une réaction d'autodéfense d'un peuple qui en a marre. Et qu'ils écoutent Nigel Farage, qu'ils écoutent Oscar Freisinger, qu'ils écoutent ceux qui sont en France également, et qu'ils écoutent le peuple. Sinon ça pourrait se terminer très mal, et personne ne le veut.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi.